seen it with my own eyes with a body in it. The anaconda had a body in it, dead, with a body in it. I seen, man, you know, that's what I'm saying. People really don't understand. If you wasn't there, you can't even truly understand the extent of what people went through. And especially what the people went through in the dome. When you gotta understand, half the prisoner was in the dome. Half the motherfucker that was in the prison system and got out. They was in the dome. So you had rapists, murderers with all access in that goddamn Superdome. Don't let them lie to you. I know for a fact. It was motherfucking women in there were getting raped. They covered it up. It was so much horrific shit. It was mothers lost their kids in that motherfucker, man. It was motherfuckers dead in the bathrooms in the dome, man. And they covered it up. Old people died, man. Alligators was eating people in the water. You never seen nothing like that? Man, it was horrible, man. Katrina was horrible, man, to us. They did us dirty, man. I just don't understand black people voting after that.
Is it a bridge? It's gonna be fucking scary.
Yeah. We're gonna be crossing the Crescent City Connection.
Yeah, the situation is everybody who's stuck on this side of the river without transportation is in the area that we're going to right now. And
walking, desperate, without food or water.
Haven't eaten in a few days, haven't drank in a few days. You know, so it's gonna be a pretty desperate situation when we get there. And I can honestly say I have no qualms about shooting anybody. It's just that much lawlessness right now.
They'll have no mercy for us.
No, we have no fear. We will shoot first and not shoot first and ask questions later. Right.
We'll have to be picking them off the front.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 16 through 19, and it reads, These 6 things doeth the Lord Yahweh hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift to running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Krakatash. Double honors to the head elders, apostles, and the bishops at the great millstone who rule well and teach well. And shalom to the hopeful elect, your brothers and sisters out there gathering faith as a treasure. I say shalom unto you. So, I've been wanting to make this little lesson from the brother. His page is Arrows of Indignation. Subscribe, be edified. Beautiful videos, beautiful brother. And I decided to make this video. And I brought this scripture out. I got a few more lined up, but Proverbs chapter 6, it says, verse 17, and hands that shed innocent blood. So if you noticed, the white devil crackers at the end, they had like this look on them, like a smirk, you know, ready to take some lives. And during that whole Hurricane Katrina, lots of people lost their lives, and all bad. But do they really know what really was the whole thing about? You know, like that video, it said Hurricane Katrina was an attack on black people, and they're a bunch of liars, because what they did was make it seem like, oh, we're gonna help them out, we're gonna save them, but turn off the camera and behind closed doors and whatnot, like the guy was saying, there was bodies dropping in the dome, in the bathroom. And even though if Esau didn't take them out like that, Esau, like rats trapped, you know, what are they going to do? The violent ones are going to act out. So he made the whole scenario, like you hear, like with prisons and stuff, that the workers, you know, these police guards and stuff, they'll, you know, the skinheads, whatever, they'll put a little black guy in the cell with a gay big white guy or just a Nazi or whatever. They it's just a game to them. But right here it says, "And hands that shed innocent blood." So there's little kids in there, older people that they didn't do nothing in the moment to be put to death by those men, you know. But we do know that whoever perished being innocent, you know, even though you might have not done nothing in this life, in the past life, you might have done something that the Lord was not pleased about and you didn't repent. So your judgment follows. But yeah, Bashim Shai is perfect in all his ways. So he sets up people. So like these white guys, he set them up so he can take them down, just like Pharaoh. And yeah, I can't stand that proud look that the guy had. He was all, if I have to shoot somebody, I will, all happy. He greased up his bullets, put that spray, silicone, make them fly. And we know that he's been blessed with the sword, so he's out there using it up. Modern day sword is a gun. Any kind of weapon, Even animals, like the guy was saying, he was saying that pythons and alligators, like Trump just got a bunch of alligators in that moat swamp. So these guys, they imagine, it says in heart that deviseth wicked imagination, and that's a wicked imagination. But let's get some more scriptures. Move on. Check this out. It says Deuteronomy 28 and 39, I think. Let's get. Oh. Hold on. Alright, check this out. Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Why? Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh, Shai, thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And what's going to happen? And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder and upon thy seed forever. So it's going to be a sign. All these stuff, you're going to be like, hey, I can relate. Hey, that happened to me. What's going on here? Why is this describing my life? It's because we didn't listen to Yahweh Shemel Shai. And he put these on us so that we know who we are. Because the powers that be, aka Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, whitewashed everything and said that civilization started with him. But we know that's a goddamn lie. But Yahweh Shemel Shai, Ba'ashem Krakatash, woke us up, and made us take another look at this. Because in the harlot houses, in those harlot houses that we've been raised up, we weren't learning anything, taking stuff into our own hands and, saying that we believe in God, but we're going to do what we need to do, that's going off. We woke up thanks to Yahweh Shem Shai, the water for everything. And now we lean on the Lord with all our heart, And check this out. It says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou servest not the Lord Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Verse 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And we serve this system so that we can get a house, clothes, water, food, and anything else, our vehicles. and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And this is the point, part of the point. The Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. And check that out. The northern kingdom was here already. And guess what happened? Yahweh Shem Shai brought people from all the way on the other side of the world over here. And guess what else? We didn't understand his tongue. It says, a nation of fierce continents, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. See, so this guy's slaughtering left and right. Like, was it Christopher Colombo? There was a thing about him saying that he didn't put down his sword for not even a minute, not even 5 minutes, whatever. So he was slaying old, young, everybody in between. And we know how they would use our babies as gator bait. So it says, a fierce countenance which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. And those guys weren't going to do that either. Those two, they're going to go out there and you saw how proud they were. Like, it's going to be a mess, and it's going to be a lot of people hungry and walking for a couple days, and they're just going to pick them off. So that's wicked. So we're not supposed to trust our enemy. They say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. So they're out there waiting for the government to come and save them, FEMA, and they're FEMA saying peace and safety, and then boom, whatever, bombs, and even, don't put nothing past the devil. Never trust the enemy, though he come crouching and humbling himself. Says, I got a few scriptures, but let's see. Okay, check this out. Psalms 50:21. These things, let's see. Hold on. Where'd it go? Okay, hold on. Bear with me. Thank you. Okay. The whole thing is good. Okay, check this out. Psalms 51. No, Psalms 50. It says, but unto the wicked, power, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to him or statues, or that thou should take my covenant, my covenant in thy mouth? The small hats and Esau, seeing that thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee. When thou sawest a thief, then thou contentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, and slanderest thy own mother's son. So who is that talking about? It's talking about Esau. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will prove thee, and set them in order before thy eyes. See, so you thought Yahweh Shem Shai was on your side, but guess what? Yahweh Shem Shai is going to reprove thee, and he's going to set the Israelites in order. Starting with the elect. And we'll get this, because he's going to put us in order. says, hold on. All right, check this out. This is great. It says, Jeremiah 33:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto Jeremiah the second time, while he was yet shut up in the court of the prison, saying, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the maker thereof, the Lord that formed it to establish it, the Lord is his name. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things, which thou knowest not. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh of the power of Israel, concerning the houses of the city, and concerning the houses of the kings of Judah, which are thrown down by the mounts and by the sword. They come to fight with the Chaldeans, but it is to fill them with the dead bodies of men, whom I have slain in my anger and in my fury, and for all those wickedness I have hid my face from the city. Behold, I will bring it health and cure, and I will cure them, and I will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. See, so check that out. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is telling us to call unto him. And, we must take heed, because there's going to be a time where he's going to turn his face away. You don't want to be in that position. So we call on the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Bashem Krakadash, while it's still early. And it says, For thus saith the Lord, the power of Israel, concerning the houses of the city, and concerning the houses of the kings of Judah, which are thrown down by the mounts and by the sword. So that's talking about now. We don't have all that. We got little houses, little huts, just little bit. Don't have nothing really. And even more in comparison of in the ancient days, So it says, verse 6, Behold, I will bring it to health and cure, and will cure them, and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return, and will build them as at the first. And I will cleanse them from all their iniquity, whereby they have sinned against me. And I will pardon all their iniquities, whereby they have sinned, and whereby they have transgressed against me. See, so Israel hasn't been, pushed out the way so the Gentiles can enter in. No way. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to return us to which will be in righteousness. He's going to put the law, statutes, commandments in our inward parts, and we're not going to go off no more. And he's going to forgive our iniquities, And he's going to put this devil in chains and the nations in chains, and they're going to build up our kingdom like we built theirs up. So, behold, I will bring it health and cure, and I will cure them, and I will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth in the sight of them. Like we got in the scripture, he's going to put us in order in their sight. And check this out, because this hasn't happened yet. Right here. Amos 9:11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up its ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So that hasn't happened yet. Why? Because those small hat rat motherfuckers over there, they ain't the people. Otherwise, where's the tabernacle of David? That's a future prophecy, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is gonna whoop this trick Esau, and the tabernacle of David's gonna be built up. So this devil's gonna do what he needs to get done in order to fulfill his new world order, but he's just gonna have a slice, a taste, But I got this, and we'll close out on this. Deuteronomy 32:7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, and thy elders, and they will tell thee. So, in the days of old, we understood that Esau hated our guts. You know, we understood that. But throughout the years, like it says, a gift destroyeth the heart. These silly Americans have been babied with all kinds of goodies, food stamps, you know. You get the welfare checks and you get all kinds of goodies. You just submit to this devil. But we're not accepting these gifts, you know. We're not looking at Esau like a savior. We use the world as not abusing it, but we know, like we just got, hold on. We'll bring it out because I wanted to quote it again. Book of Sirach, chapter 12, in the Apocrypha. Okay. Oh, Sirach. Okay, we'll start right here. It says, verse 10, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. See? So he can humble himself and whatnot, but you need to remember who he is, that he's a devil and he's a liar, deceiver, he's the adversary. So he's not going to go save you out of nothing. He's going to destroy you if anything. But hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakatash. Double honors to the head elders, apostles, and bishops at the Great Millstone who rule well. And shalom to the hopeful elected brothers and sisters out there gathering faith as a treasure. I say shalom on you. Lord willing, until next time, shalom.